Pooja came back from her school. She was very disappointed and sad. She went to her dad, Dilip, and told him that she got a poor grade in her science research assignment. Dilip was sad too. He knew Pooja wanted to be a scientist when she grows up. It's very important that Pooja should master her research skills so that she can become a scientist in the future when she grows up. Today I have Dilip here. I'm going to be helping Dilip how to help Pooja to do a research. I'm Leda Narayan from CanLive. Today I will be talking to Mr. Dilip, the parent of a grade 5 student, and I will be helping him how to help his child to do a research in any topics. You might be wondering that research skills are needed only for science. This research skills are needed for any subject, including science, history, art, music, anything you name it. So let's take a look at what are the steps involved in learning or mastering the skills of research. Mr. Dilip, first and foremost, you ask Pooja what topics are her of interest. Once Pooja tells she's interested in a particular topic in science, history, music, any subject, ask Pooja what topic she is interested in doing a research. Mr. Dilip, do you have any question for me?
Yes, why can't I give a topic and ask Pooja to do a research on it?
Mr. Dilip, that's an excellent question that every parent might be thinking. Our goal here is to teach Pooja the inquiry skills or the research skills. So when we teach something, you have to make sure that you ask your child's interest, which topic Pooja is interested in doing the research. If Pooja is not interested in a topic, by all chance, we will not be able to teach her. She will not be able to continue her research until the end. Mr. Dilip, you should be able to use her curiosity for teaching a new thing, which is researching skills. So when she is tuned into and her curiosity is motivating her to do this work, we are all going to be successful, including Pooja. So use her curiosity to choose a topic on her interest of subjects. The second foremost important fact is that allow Pooja to ask a question about any subjects. When we are teaching a skill, a research skill, we need to start from the topic the student, which is Pooja, is interested in it. If she is not interested in science, ask Pooja to ask a question from history or geography or art, any subject topic she can use. So ask Pooja to ask a question and help Pooja to ask a powerful question that will help her learn deeper. Take a look at the question chart. That question chart has 4 quadrants. You see quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. All questions students are asking can be categorized in these quadrants. The most important fact here is that quadrant 1 and 2 helps students to scratch the surface of the question, and they will have superficial learning out of those questions. But if the students are ready and they wanted to learn deeper, then maybe you go for quadrant 3 and quadrant 4 questions. So asking question is very important. If your question is not powerful, the outcome may be very weak. If the question is very powerful, outcome will be deep learning. Mr. Dilip, you have a question now?
Yes, ma'am. If asking a powerful question is important, can I ask a question and ask Pooja to research on it?
If Pooja has to do a research and she has to learn or she has to master the research skills. Pooja should be able to ask question as well. If we give a question, Pooja will not know how to ask a powerful question at later time. She will wait for us to give a question, and then Pooja will just do the rest of the process and then provide the information. Our utmost goal is to help Pooja to start from the beginning till the end, how Pooja can conduct a research. Once we give a question, Pooja will not understand why she should ask impactful questions, the deep learning questions. You can probably assist her in reframing and rewording her questions to make it from quadrant 3 and 4. Because when she asks a question about any topic from quadrant 3 and 4, she will definitely have small questions from quadrant 1 and 2. So help her reword and assist her to ask her powerful questions, but she should know how to ask her questions at the end of the learning. When the question is finalized, you may want to still retest whether Pooja is interested 100% in this question, whether Pooja is going to quit on this question. So we definitely have to ask Pooja to do a PMI. P for positive about her question, M for minus about her question. Minus means whether she worries anything about the question, she has any worry about the question, and I for interesting. Why did she choose that question for her research? What is interesting about that question? So we do a PMI. Pooja will go through a PMI with Mr. Dilip and then make sure that she is ready 100% with this question. We reconfirming with the student that the question is motivating, interesting, and doesn't have a lot of worries involved in it. Mr. Dilip, feel free to ask any question. You can interrupt me.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, ma'am. But you mentioned that I have to do a PMI with the Pooja. So I didn't quite understand why I should be doing that at this stage.
Well, thank you for asking. PMI is very important because we wanted to make sure Pooja is going to continue doing this long research. PMI is going to assure us that Pooja is interested in it. Pooja has a lot of positive things to talk about her question and she is looking forward to research this, and Pooja doesn't have a lot of worries about it. Her positive should have more importance and her minus, which is her worries, should be limited. And she has a lot of worries and less positive aspects, or she doesn't have much interest, then PMI is not balanced. If PMI is not balanced and a lot of worries are there, chances are that Pooja will quit on her research. We wanted to make sure that Pooja continue her research every single day and complete it. So PMI has to be balanced, and we have a chance, the last chance before we start our research, to see if Pooja is going to continue or we should go back and redo the questioning again and find another question which she will have more positive interest about the question, so we can go back and redo the question, or even we have a chance to switch the topic of her interest. So this is the final chance for us to go ahead or go for some other questions.
That makes perfect sense. Thank you.
The fourth most important step is help Pooja to do a gap analysis. So you might be wondering, what does a gap analysis mean? Gap analysis is ask Pooja about what she wanted to know about the topic and what she knows about the topic. Ask Pooja to list down what raw information she already knew about this question and what information she thinks she wanted to know. And it's very important that we need to make sure the gap analysis is done, because the more the merrier. If the gap is more, the child will have a lot of opportunities to learn more about the topic. If child already knows, if Pooja already knows about her art subject or the history, there's no point in going ahead with that topic question, because she already knew it and she might have very little information to assimilate. So maybe ask her, if the gap is more, it's good for her. If it is less, maybe let's ask another question that will give you a lot of chances to learn more. So it's very important to do a gap analysis and encourage your child, which is Pooja, will be happy when she sees that she doesn't know anything about this question. She's going to be happy that she's going to be learning a lot more about the topic. The next step in conducting a research is to create a graphic organizer with subtitles and keywords. So at this point, Mr. Dilip, you asked Pooja what are the important topics she wanted to learn about her question. So what she wanted to learn about her question is the name of the subtitle she would say. Help her actually to create those keywords and subtitles and create a graphic organizer using those categories of subtopics and keywords.
Sorry, ma'am. What is this graphic organizer you are talking about?
Take a look at the graphic organizer, and in that graphic organizer you will see what all topics Pooja wanted to know about her question. You list as subtitles for her research, and those subtitles are going to be created in a table of columns and rows where she will have a file ready before she actually starts her research. This is very important because when she is listening to some of the videos or she's reading a book or an article, she will not get all her information in a particular order. It's important that she has a place for her to write down her jot notes. The jot note is the information she received when she listens or read a book, an article information. She can write important words that she listening from her reading. So that graphic should be ready ahead of time so she will not miss any information she's hearing or listening or reading. The next step, when Pooja is ready with her subtopics and keywords for looking for information, the first important thing is that Pooja has to look for where the resources are there. The resources means maybe videos, maybe websites, or maybe even books. She can get information from a TED speech. It could be from an interview that she would have heard about a particular artwork or history topic. So any information that Pooja can use is going to be her resource. It's very important that Pooja looks for her important information so that she can listen to and take jot notes about what she's hearing.
Ma'am, does it mean that I cannot help her with some resources? I'm just wondering if she can't find it. I have a lot of information. I can provide her, point her to a set of resources.
Okay, this is very important for us again, that Pooja is going to be independently conducting a research in the future. So that we need to actually walk her through that process and giving that choice for Pooja to find what video she will be interested in listening to, what article she can read, or what speech, which means the TED speech, she is interested in listening. So we have to release that responsibility to a researcher so that Pooja will be successful later in the future. We are walking her through the steps. So, which means she is the one looking for resources first. If Pooja cannot find anything, you walk her through the process of looking for the resources. If the Pooja can find it, ask her to find the video she is interested. If she may not be able to find the article, maybe you can help her. But again, next time you need to ask her to do it independently. At the end, we have to gradually release the responsibility of conducting a research to Pooja. When do we start doing that? When we are with her, right? So it's very important for adults not to choose the resource and give her if she has that ability to look for at least videos and articles or a speech. Please make sure that Pooja does it by herself.
That makes complete sense. I understand. This is like, don't give her the fish, but teach her how to fish.
Exactly. Every step has to be given to the child to practice it. Then only she will become a researcher in the future. The next step is ask Pooja to scan and skim through the resources, whether she finds her answers for the question. When she is doing that, she will be able to take the jot note and fill in her graphic organizer with her jot note. Make sure that she is writing her sentences right after having 3 to 4 jot notes, and when she makes her sentences, she'll be able to convert those sentences into paragraphs later.
So you just mentioned, ma'am, after 3 or 4 jot notes, she has to start making sentences. Can she not wait until all jot note taking is done before she starts making sentences?
Well, it's important to know the fact about student's brain. Pooja will be able to go for all jot note taking from the beginning till the end, and then she can go back and write all the sentences for the jot notes. However, the research says that on an average, an adult can keep 7 important information in the brain. So think about the children. If the child cannot remember all those what they read, even after looking at the jot note, they will not be able to convert those jot notes into sentences after 20 or 30 minutes. So it's important that when Pooja has 3 or 4 jot notes, encourage her to make a sentence about what she read. Otherwise, when the students forget everything, they will go back and copy from the article what they read, which is plagiarism. Pooja will not be able to write all the information because she will forget. So it's important for her to write down what she read by using those 3 or 4 jot notes into sentences right after. These are the skills we need to teach specifically to the students, because students don't want to plagiarize. But when they don't understand what is happening to them in their brain, they tend to go back and plagiarize because they forget everything what they read. Even the jot notes will not help them to remember everything what they read. So they go back and copy it anyway from the books or the article, which is technically is plagiarizing the work somebody has done. The last part of the research is presenting Pooja's findings to an audience. And it is the time for Pooja to celebrate for all her hard work and interest to conduct this research for a long time. And then again, Pooja will have more questions that she wouldn't have a chance to answer. So it's very, very common. Even after having the research done, there could be more questions Pooja could have asked to answer about her topic. So at this point, make sure that you actually help Pooja to have an audience to present her information about her research.
Ma'am, you just said Pooja has to prepare some presentation for her audience. Who could be the audience in this case?
Well, ask Pooja who she should be presenting this information to. It's very important for Pooja to decide who could be her audience. She might want to present to Mr. Dilip, to you, or her mom, or grandma, or brother or sisters, or even to her classmates. So she's the one who's deciding who she should be presenting and how she wanted to present. She could go with a PowerPoint slide, maybe a speech, or maybe a report, or even creating as a speech in front of the audience. So she's the one going to be choosing that audience, and you can actually ask even from the beginning who she wanted to present, and she will be very excited to do that. It's a celebration for her learning, so it's up to her who she wanted to present this information. Now Pooja has already presented her information to her friends or her family members. Even Pooja presented her research findings, she will have a lot of other questions on the same topic. Ask her to write down all those questions, and she can again restart her research with her new questions. So the research is going to be cycled. She will go with a cycle of inquiry or research with the same topic, or she wanted to change the topic, Pooja can change the topic as well. She will use her current skills that she learned from this research, and she will move on with her new learning with new questions. Now, at this point, you know why we are actually encouraging students to do research, and doing it on their own is very important. There are two kinds of students. One kind of student is that who learns everything, the system of taking tests, memorizing, and presenting those information, they will get a good grade. There is another kind of student who would want to know all by themselves. They like to research. They wanted to find out who accumulates vast knowledge about the topic they are interested in learning. These kinds of students are going to excel very well because they are going to be lifelong learners, and researching and finding information and presenting that information to an audience is very important for those students. Make sure you capitalize their curiosity, help them to become lifelong learners and becoming lifelong researchers.
Thank you, ma'am. I mean, I learned a lot, and I'm sure that I can now help Pooja in her research, and I know what to do, and more importantly, what not to do. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart.
I'm glad I could help you, and thank you so much for asking wonderful questions. And those are the questions even educators like us ask the same way, the way you asked. And we always find it's a learning process for all of us. And thank you so much for helping me to learn from your questions. I'm glad it helped you. If you have more questions and you would like to learn more about education, educating young minds, please follow my channel Can Live. I will be coming up with more topics, and feel free to ask or suggest any more topics that you are interested in learning to help your child educate at home. And this is Lada Narayan from Can Live. Thank you for watching. I'll see you later.